No, we're good.
A terrible fire broke out at the shopping center in El Sereno, turning the place into a devastating picture of destruction. Rows of houses were engulfed in a huge fire, burning everything in its path. The fire burned fiercely, creating towering columns of fire, engulfing the entire area in a sea of red flames. Black smoke billowed up, covering a large area, creating a suffocating atmosphere, as if the entire city was immersed in a never-ending nightmare of fire and smoke. The fire did not stop at the buildings, but also spread to the surrounding trees, burning them down in an instant. Dozens of fire trucks were mobilized, forming a huge army to confront the ferocious fire. Cranes were raised high, bringing firefighters to the top of the fire to extinguish it from above. But the fire was so strong that it seemed impossible to subdue, continuing to flare up fiercely, challenging all human efforts. Dozens, even hundreds of powerful water hoses were fired straight at the fire from all sides. But before the terrible power of the fire, everything seemed like a drop in the ocean. Looking from above, the entire commercial center area was like a long, dormant volcano, suddenly erupting again, spewing out deadly fire and smoke. People in the surrounding area were extremely terrified, their eyes following the blazing fire with anxiety clearly visible on their faces. The consequences of the fire were extremely serious, causing heavy economic losses when buildings and goods were completely burned down, leaving only iron frames and black ash. Not only that, the fire also caused serious environmental pollution, with smoke and ash covering the space, making the air heavily polluted. This disaster will still haunt many witnesses, as an indelible trace of terrible destruction. On a farm in the outskirts of South Texas, a terrible fire broke out, turning the peaceful house into a ferocious furnace. The raging flames rose high, red and strong like a bloodthirsty fire monster, devouring everything in their reach. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky like deathly clouds, blocking out the sun, making the space around the farm suffocating, filled with the acrid smell of burning objects. Firefighters rushed into the fight, but despite their best efforts, the water hoses they sprayed were like tiny drops of water before the fury of the fire. Every jet of water that hit the fire was instantly dissipated, and the fire just kept on raging, as if taunting and laughing at human helplessness. The firefighters, sweating and exhausted, could do nothing but watch the fire roar, devouring everything in the house. Tables, chairs, beds, books, everything was burned to ashes in an instant. The walls were charred black, the window frames were deformed, and all traces of previous life were now just ruins filled with the smell of smoke and ash. When there was nothing left to burn in the house, the fire gradually died out, like a full monster after destroying this peaceful land. The scene before their eyes was desolate, a battlefield filled with smoke and ash covering everything. The firefighters, with heavy hands and heavy hearts, had to struggle to clean up the ruins. That scene was not only haunting to the people here, but also imprinted in the minds of all those who were present. The sound of fire, the strong smell of smoke, and the helplessness of humans before the power of nature would forever be indelible memories in their hearts. Firefighters quickly appeared beside the car engulfed in flames, their shrill sirens breaking the silence. The flames flared up, engulfing the entire car, creating billowing columns of black smoke that rose into the sky. The intense heat radiating from the flames terrified everyone around. The firefighters immediately took action. Powerful water jets like steel dragons sprayed straight into the car, extinguishing the flames from all sides, leaving no corner untouched. The torrent of water rushed through every part of the car, extinguishing the ferocious flames in just a few minutes. The black smoke gradually dissipated, revealing the car now bare with a charred, distorted, and ugly shell. The ferocity of the fire was only a remnant of the destruction. The surrounding people and traffic participants stopped, their eyes filled with shock and panic at the scene that had just occurred. The car, once a normal means of transport, is now just a blackened block of iron. A reminder of the terrifying power of the fire and the luck that the accident did not take any lives.